up, you guys? We are back for a new season of the Real Housewives of New York, and I am joined with a special guest every week. It's gonna be Niecy Nay.
Hi.
Hey, Nay. Look
Hi,
at that. People already
everyone.
asking for Benji, Lord. They asking about Benji.
Benji is in the backyard
Why is he in the backyard?
for
Is that his new?
peace.
Is that his new spot now? Is that what he likes to play?
Yes, especially because I opened up part of the back porch and there's a doggy door so he can go in and out as he pleases.
Oh, got a doggy door. Okay. So we are back for season 2 of the reboot of the Real Housewives of New York. So let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think about the premiere?
I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I
Okay.
liked it. I feel like it continued from the reunion. It's a good setup for this season. What do you rate
I'm
it?
going to give it, I actually have given it a really, really, really strong. I'm gonna give it a good 8.5. And I'll tell you why as we go through the episode. It definitely was a much better premiere than the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Because the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, if I'm being honest, the premiere put me to sleep. That's why it took me 2 weeks to do the
I didn't even tune
review.
in.
Huh?
I said I didn't even tune in to Salt Lake City, so I have no idea what's happening. I just saw Mary might be suing somebody. That's it. That's all I know.
Girl, she's suing the church. I didn't even have nothing to do with the show, child. But yeah, like the best part of the reunion was when they all yelled at Whitney. But anyway, let's get back to New York. We open up with drama. We see at the photo shoot for season 2, it is a whole show between Uba and Brynn. Like, they are going at it to the point where the rest of the ladies didn't even know they would be able to be in the same room to do the photo shoot. So we don't really know what happens, which is a good thing. It's going to build up to that, which I think is great. So that part I loved. I'm like, wait a minute, we have drama even at the promo shoot. Oh my goodness. Like, the promo shoot, that's drama.
When I saw that, I was honestly slightly annoyed because I felt like they're just picking up where they left off at the reunion. Y'all were beefing, talking about I'm black and I'm Irish and I'm black. Like, we can both go at it. So it kind of annoyed me. Like, I wanted them to stop.
Okay. I see your point. I wasn't annoyed because I think it's a different issue, especially after watching this episode. Yeah, especially after watching this episode. I get annoyed when people are still arguing about the same stuff. You know how I am when I'm like, are we still talking about this from last season? Now that I get annoyed with, but I really don't think, I think we're looking at some different issues. So I'll be interested to see how this evolves. So we go from there into 3 months earlier with them actually filming. We start off with I think the first we see Brynn has moved into a new apartment. Mm-hmm. Her brother is here visiting. She definitely wants him to try to convince him to move back to New York permanently. We see Brynn is still Brynn with her furniture and she has a new puppy, and Brynn is still Brynn. I don't remember how you felt about Brynn. What was your Brynn feeling?
I love Brynn. I feel like she's a typical Aquarius. Like, it has to be the star of the show. She has to say something cheeky to get the attention, to get the people going. I definitely feel like she is the reboots version of like Ramona or Sonia. I feel like at least that's what she's trying to be.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hot and cold with Brynn. I like Brynn, but I really do think Brynn does. Every show needs one. Like, y'all know how I go through my reality show formula. Every show needs a Brynn. They need the pot stirrer. They need the bone carrier. Like, but I think sometimes with Brynn, I think she goes too far. And this episode for me is an example of what I mean when I say she goes. We'll get into the examples, but I feel like she does too much sometimes. But I do like Brynn. And I definitely, her story, last season, her story definitely got me. It definitely got me. So from there, anything else? You said you took notes. Anything else from that first scene with Brynn before we get to Jessel and her husband, child?
Well, I actually did have comments on the taglines.
Oh, well, let's rewind. My bad, girl. Okay, let's go to. I didn't pay attention.
No, it's not rewind. Oh, I was going to say, don't physically rewind because it wasn't worth it. I specifically made a comment, like, for all the cheeky remarks that Brynn has, whatever her tagline was, I didn't remember it. So I told her to do better. For Sai, hers was cute because, you know, she was hungry the entire season 1 for her. So she said, I may always be hungry, but I'm never thirsty. So that was a good one. I clapped for that.
I did like her.
Jessel's was cute. She said something like, she made a reference to Up and Coming, which was like this whole argument between her and Erin last season about Tribeca. And then Jenna, I didn't like her comment because it was something about like everybody wants to be me. And it's like, it would be different if you were still the CEO of J. Crew, but you're not. And then 2, I just felt like you didn't even want to be you last season. So why would we want to be you?
Oh my. Okay. Ooh. Are we a little spicy today?
Wait, was that mean?
It wasn't mean at all. No. I think it's cute. It was funny. And for people who don't know, my niece definitely has a background in fashion merchandising. So that means something different coming from her because she definitely has a background in fashion merchandising. So you probably knew who Jenna Lyons was long before I knew who Jenna Lyons was. Yeah. All right. So Jessel and her husband. What did you think?
I didn't care. I didn't care. I felt like they had to play off the whole sandwich Vietnam trip fiasco from last season. And this was their like way to try to capitalize off of it. But honestly, I didn't care.
Okay, I'm glad you said it. That's why I let you go first. Because honestly, I didn't care about Jessel last season, and I don't care about Jessel this season. I don't care about Jessel or her husband or his frequent flyer miles to Vietnam. I don't. And like, so her saying he wants to be a food influencer. Girl, first of all, this was clearly something that was done for the purposes of y'all filming because you didn't even know what he wanted you to do. Like, if he was really doing this influencing thing and they were really trying to make it a thing, girl, you would be helping him with his angles. You'd be like, all right, walk in now. All right, walking again. Okay, I need to get a good, like, this is clearly something that y'all are doing for us. And I don't care. I don't. The whole her not riding on the subway. Now, let's be clear. I am somebody that my days of riding the subway are probably over. If I'm not interested in riding the subway. I have no interest in being on the subway. If I go to New York and people are like, you gotta do the subway, I do not. No, I don't. I don't have to do the subway. But I think it's so like cliche for her to be like, oh, the subway. Like, you know, I just feel like it was a lot. Anybody that has damn near $1,000 a month in Uber, your husband knew good and daggone well you didn't want to get on that damn subway. Like, come on. Like,
and is it me or did that seem low for New York?
What? It is low for New York because let's be clear. I can spend a weekend in New York and spend over $200 in Ubers. Or a weekend. Going from the airport.
Exactly. So you know what? Maybe it's a different person.
Yeah, I mean, when you live there and you're only going like, you know, probably back and forth to the kids' school and stuff like that, I'm sure it's probably not as bad. But still, like, I literally can go to New York and my Uber bill is over $200. And I'm talking about for 3 days. Now, granted, I'm there as a tourist and not somebody that lives there. But yeah, I still think that's low. Personally, I think that's low. But again, Jessel, do you, girl. Do you. Okay. But yeah, I don't care about Jessel. And I don't think I'm really going to care about Jessel much this season. I didn't walk away from this episode thinking I gotta know more about what Jessel's got going on.
A lot of people didn't like her last season, and I liked her, but I think I more so liked her towards the end because I didn't like how Sai was treating her. So yeah. I'm a Jessel fan.
And the funny thing for me is because I love Sai and I wanted to like Sai so much, and I did not by the end of last season. So I really hope that this kinder, gentler Sai is going to stay because I really want to like her. I really do. I really do. But But I agree, like Jessel definitely, and the whole baby storyline thing, I was like, we did that last season, girl. You got to give me something different. We did the baby storyline, and I mean, I'm not trying to make light of somebody wanting to have a baby, but I just feel like either y'all ain't had a conversation and resolved it by now. Like that was a year and a half ago. By the time they filmed the season, by the time they show the season, we have the reunion, and y'all film another season. Girl, that was a year and a half ago. Why are we still having the same conversation?
I agree. It definitely gave like filler content. And I also question like, okay, so are you guys still having lingering intimacy, romantic issues? Because also, why didn't you get a card for Valentine's Day?
Right. Like I would have been more upset about the fact that it was like Valentine's, like you didn't get nothing for Valentine's Day than any of the rest that we heard. Like that I felt like needed to be explored a little bit more. Like and I wouldn't have been upset with picking that up from last season if you had said, hey, we're still working on our intimacy, even though I didn't get anything for Valentine's Day. Like I would have been open to that more so than anyway. I don't want to harp on it, but Jessel might surprise me. But in the first episode, didn't really do much for me. So then we see Erin, Uba, and we meet one of the new girls, Rebecca Minkoff. Now, is she related to Crystal Minkoff? Isn't she related to Crystal Minkoff from Beverly Hills?
I don't know. Are they cousins or something?
I thought they were related, but either way, she's a fashion designer. She's got her own thing going on. Even though Brynn shaded her, did you hear Brynn shade her?
Wait, Brynn shaded Rebecca?
Minkoff. Yes. Later on in the episode, when she was talking to her brother and she was talking about who all wasn't coming to her party, and she was like, yeah, Rebecca Minkoff is coming. Do you know her? She was like, yeah, well, if you ever go to Nordstrom Rack, you'll probably see her designs everywhere. That was shady.
I didn't know. I didn't. Oh, okay. So we got the intro for Rebecca through Erin. And I just made note of how I don't dislike Erin, but Erin to me is like staple stock. And I compare her to like a Gap hoodie. It's like you need it there, it's consistent, it's a seller, but also it's just kind of like,
Did you say a Gap?
She's yes, but you know how like in the little teaser for the season, she's like trying to convince Erin. I mean, not Erin. She's trying to convince Brynn like, I'm a New Yorker. But her version of saying I'm a New Yorker is by saying I'm a city person, because Brynn says you're a Staten Islander. She's like, I'm a city person. Who have you ever heard from New York saying that they're a city person? Very privileged, but. Right. But she, to me, represents a part of New York. And I think she represents part of that legacy New York that's no longer on the show.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I mean, Brent, listen, Erin, I ain't never going to be mad at anybody born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Like, I ain't mad at that. But what you're not going to do is pretend like you ain't one. Exactly. Because right now I need one too. But what you're not going to do is pretend like you didn't grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth. Girl, your mom was the real estate agent that sold Central Park West or something like that. Like, girl, you went to private schools and probably went to school in a town car. Like, go sit down somewhere, girl. Melly said, I'm from Harlem and call myself a city girl. Does it count? Well, I guess so.
But wait, how do you say it? Do you say it like, I'm a city girl? Because I feel like that's how she said it. She said, I'm a city person.
Right. I'm not from Connecticut.
Yes. Girl, you might as well be from Connecticut.
Right. And again, girl, I'm not taking away you grew up in New York. I ain't taking away from it, but there's more than one New York. You know what I mean? Like, girl, you and Sai did not grow up in the same New York.
So. Ooh, don't tell Sai that.
No, Sai's very clear about what side of New York she grew up on. Okay, so at this lunch, Uba is in love. She's still dating her man. She is in love. Uba looks, I thought Uba looked gorgeous. We meet Rebecca and we find out that there is some tension in the group between Erin, Brynn, and Jenna. Y'all know how they do on these on the Housewives shows. Yes. They have two different groups having a conversation about the same thing. So across town, we have Brynn, Jenna, and Jessel talking about at a furniture store, basically having the same conversation. We find out that Jenna had a little get together at her house. And at the get together, it came up that I guess they went to the Hamptons and Jenna's car broke down. And Erin paid for an Uber back to the city. And she said Jenna never paid her back. And Erin said she was making a joke about Jenna not having money problems. But Brynn repeated it to Jenna as if, girl, she's trying to say you broke. She was talking about you had money problems. You ain't pay her back and you can't afford her. You can't afford to pay it back. So before we go any deeper, who do you believe? Who do you think? Who do you believe? What version of the story do you believe?
I believe Jessel's version of the story, where this car breakdown thing happened and Erin was saying, hey, she didn't pay me back for the Uber, but it, like, you know, and she was trying to maybe like be a little bit dramatic about it and maybe add some humor, but she wasn't saying it in a way that Brynn presented it. I think she was just trying to add some flair, but Brynn is being messy.
Right. I absolutely believe Erin said it, but I do not believe Erin said it seriously. I believe that just like you would talk to somebody, be like, and I paid for her dinner and she didn't even pay me back. She said she left her wallet, so I went on and covered the check. But girl, I ain't seen that $50. She ain't paid me back. I guess she don't have it. Like, I could see it being said in a joking manner, but I do not think Erin in any way, shape, or form really truly believes that Jenna is having money problems, that she can't afford a fucking Uber from the Hamptons. Like, girl, stop.
Exactly.
But
because
yes,
if I know you're a millionaire, if I know you're a millionaire and I make a joke saying you have McDonald's money, am I saying you're broke? No. Like, come on, be real. We saw where she lives.
Right.
And we saw where you live, Brynn.
Right. Exactly. So I think Erin said it, but I do think Erin said it as a joke. I do not believe, and Erin even said she said it, but she was joking. So I think Brynn was being messy. But here's my problem. We'll get deeper into this, but here's my problem with Brynn. That is Brynn's MO. Like, I'm going to repeat it and I'm going to put some stank on it. Now, what her intentions are, I can't say what her intentions are, but she does say things and she puts a little stank on it that can cause problems, right? Especially in a friend group that is still trying to be a friend group. Because it's not like these are people that have known each other for 30 years and they've grown up together, yada, yada, yada. They're still getting to know each other and they're still, you know, so even though we know that, you know, Jenna, well, as far as we know, Jenna ain't having no money problems. And I don't think, but it's just the point of, girl, are you stirring the pot? Like, what is going on here? Right. She puts 20 on 10 all the time. And at a certain point, people, like, I think there's a point where people get sick of it. I know I would. If I were her friend, I would get sick of always having to decipher what you said, what you meant, what was really said, what was a joke, and what wasn't. Like, I would really get tired of always having to decipher what somebody's intention was. I just would. It would bother me.
Yes.
You know, but we'll keep going. So anything, what are your notes? I'm sorry, I keep talking. I know you said you have notes, girl. Tell us your notes from that scene.
No, it's fine. So all right, so basically, all right, you talked about that incident, and then so I wrote Sai and Jessel trying to hang out again in all caps with extra ends, because we saw them try to have a struggle friendship last year and it didn't really work out. But it seems like they're trying again. They did the cold plunge exercise, and I said, I guess that they could bond over being miserable, which it seems like they did, and they enjoyed themselves. Sai says she's going to therapy now, and she's Zen Sai. In my head, like, I didn't want to down the progress that she's trying to make, but in my head and like in the back of my head, I said, okay, how long is this going to last? How many therapy sessions have you had? What tips and tricks are you using? And it's different when you learn something versus when you learn something and now you're being triggered and you have the choice to implement what you learned or revert back to what you're used to. And so I was, as somebody who's been to therapy, I was happy for her, but I also just feel like it's damage control for last season because you saw how much of a mean girl you were.
I can agree that I agree with a lot of what you just said. I'm 100%. One episode is not going to make me feel like Sai is new and improved, right? One episode is not going to make me do it. What I hope is that we're going to build, and as the season goes on, we will continue to see this. Not perfect, because none of us are perfect, and it takes a long time to undo bad habits. So do I think that Sai is going to have moments? Yes. Because it takes a, like that doesn't change overnight. This is who she's been. But I agree with you. I think being who you are and seeing how you present to the world definitely makes you take a step back. So I agree that I think some of what she's doing is about, wow, I was a mean girl. Wow, that was unnecessary. Wow, I was rude as fuck. I do think that there was definitely some stock taken. And we'll just see where it goes from there. I love that bathing suit she had on, that houndstooth bathing suit. I thought was really cute. That one piece that Sai had on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't pay attention to her bathing suit. I thought it was really cute.
It was okay.
I thought it was cute. Anyway. Now I
will say, if I'm being honest, if I was on reality TV, I feel like I would have a side moment too. I feel like I would do things just being myself or thinking that I'm finding this funny. And I feel like I would look back and be like, oh my goodness, I'm a little mean.
Oh, I definitely would have some side moments because I can. Yeah, I definitely would. I would, and maybe that's why maybe that's why I empathize, or I try to, because I definitely feel like I would come off mean girl sometime, depending on like how many buttons people pushed. But
mm-hmm.
I can see you being more of the Brynn, not as much of a pot stirrer, but definitely the silly we're taking things way too serious. Like I could definitely see that in you. Yeah. So I want to be fair.
That's funny only because Shayna has seen when like different people in my sorority, like they'll call me, they'll tell me something, and then I have somebody else telling me a different angle of the story, and then I'm telling her like, yo, guess what's going on right now? This is crazy. So it's funny. It's funny that you would give me the Brynn. I think some people might agree.
See, I do want to go back. I want to be fair about something and go back. Part of what is going on with Brynn and Erin is that Erin did do Jeff Lewis's radio show, and Jeff Lewis made some comments about who do you think is paying Brynn's bills? And Erin was like, I don't know. And Jeff was like, do you think that somebody pays her bills? And Erin was like, I don't know. Now, it was all a joke. It was all good and fun. But what Brynn heard, because they played the clip twice. So Jeff Lewis never said that Brynn was sleeping with some guy and he was paying her bills. What he did say is, somebody taking care of her or somebody paying her bills. What Brynn heard was, I got somebody that like somebody, I'm sleeping with somebody, he's paying my bills. I got a sugar daddy that's paying my bills. And it offended Brynn, which I can understand her being offended. But first of all, so that's kind of where some of this, I think, stirring the pot came from with Erin. Maybe that was Brynn's like passive aggressive get back. So I want to be fair that we do bring that up because
absolutely,
because that comes up again. So do you think Erin was wrong?
I think Erin didn't do enough in that moment, which she later acknowledges. But let's be honest, the undertone is that you are sleeping with a man, whether he said it verbatim or not. Why is he taking care of her? Because he want to like her Instagram photos.
That's true. I mean, I get it. And
if you call yourself my friend, shut it down.
And as a woman who, like Brynn, who has done it for herself, who came from where she came from, who pulled herself up, who worked her ass off. I mean, let's be clear. I don't know how Brynn makes her money either, but I would be offended if somebody reduced everything I worked for to, oh, some guy's paying her bills. Even if he didn't mean it in a sexual way, I would still be offended because I work my ass off to get here. Nobody paid my bills. Nobody does this for me. I do it for myself. I would be offended. I definitely would. But I also think that I feel like if Andy Cohen had said that, I don't think Brynn would have been as upset. And I feel like, because I feel like Andy says those kinds of things all the time.
I also think he would have probably said it. He does, but I think he probably also would have tried to say it in a more playful manner. And I feel like it's different when something is said by somebody who you actually have somewhat of a relationship with versus somebody who is just probably associated with you because y'all had, or y'all once had the same employer and y'all may be moving some of the same circles.
That's true. That's fair.
And I think part of it is she planted the seed in the reunion, basically saying, well, what do you do for work? And Brynn even brought up, well, remember that campaign I helped you land? So I feel like we're going to see some of this throughout the season of people questioning how she makes her money, which I hate.
I hate it too, because we don't do it to men, but we definitely do it to women. When these, like, anyway, I hate it. All right. Hey, everybody coming in the chat. Hey. Welcome. Before you guys ask, Benji is outside doing Benji stuff. Because if Benji was sitting next to Nate, he wouldn't be giving her any peace right now. Now where's Benji? No. I know he has something to say. He's bigging up. He got something to say, all right. Speaking of Outback,
he wants y'all to feed him.
Did you get the fence built out there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta send me pictures. I don't think you've shown me your backyard since you got your fence put in. I don't think I've seen that. All right.
I will.
All right. So the next scene is, hold on, let me go to my notes. Okay. We talked about Jenna. So the next we see Jenna with her mother-in-law, I guess for lack of a better word, her girlfriend's mom. And she is going through her shoe closet. She is purging. It was a cute little moment to see Jenna go through all her thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of shoes and be like, yeah, I've never worn these. Yeah, these are too tall. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of, like, I feel like the shoes she had on the floor is probably 3 times what I make in a year.
I didn't care too much about Jenna looking at the shoes. I had more comments on her friend who they used that scene to introduce.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a moment, I guess, for us to meet the mother-in-law. So that was a way to introduce us to, I wrote her, Raquel. That is what, now I hate to say I think I'm gonna like Raquel because I always think I'm gonna like people and then they piss me off halfway through the season. But I kind of like Raquel. I mean, what is your first impressions of Raquel? She's a new housewife this season. We know what does she do? Like not costume, but set design or something. She was talking about
art curator.
She's a what?
She's an art curator.
Oh, okay. So what do you think about Miss Rebecca?
Her name is not Rebecca. It is Raquel. And I like her. I think she's gonna be edgy. And I like that Jenna's gonna have a friend because she said that her story had some, parallels with Jenna, where they were married to men, got divorced, and then became lesbians, or they entered lesbian relationships. I should say it that way. So I think that'll be nice.
And I think Andy Cohen said that this is now the gayest housewife. Like they have 2 gay couples on this show, which makes them the gayest housewife show.
Is anybody else gay on another show?
I don't think we have any. Do we have it? Well, Miami with Martina Navratilova and her wife, right?
Oh yes, I forgot about them. Yes.
So can I say something?
I think so.
So I am not gay at all. I have no interest in women. However, I can appreciate a sexy woman. And when I tell you, I think Raquel's partner is sexy as fuck. I think her partner is sexy as hell. Are you laughing? You don't think she's cute?
I mean, I'm happy for you.
You know what? Shut up.
Not from. I mean, she didn't do it. I think Raquel is more attractive to me than her partner.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll never fight over women, so that's great. Okay, moving on.
I don't think we would fight over women or guys.
Yeah, well, we're definitely not fighting over anything. So, but yeah, no, but I think her partner is cute. So the drama with the partners was they kind of went over it a little bit. Somebody asking in the comments. I think they'll go deeper into it as the season goes on. But the drama was a little bit about they were single, then they weren't single, then they were dating, then they weren't dating, then they were single. I think there was some. I think when they started dating, they were both single, but they would like break up and get with other people and then get back together. And I think there may have been some overlap. Or people thought there was overlap in the breakup, get back together piece. But I think they'll go deeper into it as the season goes on because, we'll see. La Queen said, moving on. Right. But yeah, so I thought it was cute. So anyway, that's what we saw. So we found out we're going to invite her to Brynn's party too. Y'all know how they do on these reality shows. We got to get all of the group together at the end of the first episode. So everybody can be in one big happy family, one big spot. So that was kind of that. Then we saw Erin with her husband out with the kids. We found out that they moved. They're back in where they left Tribeca and they're back. I don't know where they're back. Where did she say they moved to, child?
Upper West Side.
Excuse me, they're back in the Upper West Side. And clearly her and her husband are having some issues. Her mom has
which made me
cancer.
sad.
Right. Her mom has breast cancer, but I also want to send condolences because Erin did post on her social media yesterday that her father has passed away. So her mom has breast cancer on the season, but she posted her father passed away. So definitely want to send condolences to Erin. She has a lot going on. But Erin pissed me off in this scene because she got mad at her husband for doing something she did. And I just think Erin just wanted to be mad at him. I don't know. What did you think about this scene?
I think he wanted to be mad at. I think she wanted to be mad at him as well. And I think that that's what they were hinting at. And just like kind of saying like, you know what, she has so much going on that she needs to lash out. That's what I kind of got from this.
Right. Yeah.
But I was also concerned because I wondered. Yes. Like I wondered like, okay, are they having actual marital issues or like, is it just family issues? Because she is choosing to tell her kids that, or hide from her kids that her mom has cancer. And this is probably a lot on her because she's dealing with so much and she's dealing in a way where you are almost in a sense, you're living two lives because you're trying to keep something this major away from your kids who you're saying is like they're close to their grandma.
Yeah. It's a lot. And I cannot, because I don't know if her father was already ill. Like, I don't know, but I can only imagine that being a rough year for her, having to deal with both parents possibly being sick at the same time and all that goes into that as an adult child with parents who are sick. It's a lot. And I can only imagine that issue with her. So yeah, I mean, the comment he made was about mushrooms and she was just like, why would you say that? It's just so stupid. First of all, and then they showed a clip of where she literally said the exact same thing last season when she was talking. So it's not something you haven't said on camera. It's not that big of a deal. Like, it's just not that serious. And again, y'all know one of my pet peeves is when people acknowledge the camera. I mean, we all know the camera is there, but when people acknowledge the camera, like, I mean, it's okay to say something like that, but not on camera. Like, that irritates me because you're not supposed to be acknowledging the camera, even though we know it's there. We know you guys are conscious of what y'all are saying on camera, but girl, calm down. I don't think it was that serious.
Yeah. And then part of me wondered, like, okay, do you have a guilty conscience? Like, protecting your image? Like what's the deeper story to this? Because that was surface level what we saw.
Yeah. I agree. It was very surface and it was very easy. Like it was very easy for her to lash out at her husband if there's really more going on beneath the surface, which I think there may be. And again, I think we're going to see it as the season goes on. I hope there's a positive ending to it, but we're definitely going to see as the season goes on. We're definitely going to see it. Because we saw it in the previews. So we see all the ladies getting ready. I think is that it? Yeah. So we see all the ladies getting ready for the rooftop party. Mm-hmm. That's where Brynn made the little snappy comment about Rebecca, about her stuff being in Nordstrom Rack. That was she made the shady comment. But we see the ladies showing up slowly but surely. So as the fashionista, how did you feel about the looks?
So before I even saw the red bow, because I didn't see that until it was referenced later, I said Jenna showed up wearing a pink pad or pillowcase, because what does she have on? And then Sai showed up in a jacket that had like these heavy structural shoulder pads. I literally in all cap put weird fashion moments. And then I put that Erin look cute. She saved the scene because the little back, the little low cut back with the strap, she looked cute. And with the wavy, like the wet wavy hair and the smoldering, like Erin looked cute. She looked cute. She saved it for me.
Yeah, I liked Erin's whole look. I liked everything from her makeup to her hair to that dress. I agree with 100%. Erin absolutely was the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. I agree. I wasn't feeling Brynn's outfit. I feel like that outfit is over. I feel like it's done. I feel like it's over. The sheer dress with the panties underneath and the bra. I feel like we've seen every variation of that look. Mm-hmm. Not Erin. I'm sorry, Brynn. With the, with the sheer dress, with the black bra and black panty. Yeah, I feel like
I know who you were talking about. Basic.
Yeah, I just feel like we've seen every version of that dress, and I'm over it. Like it's kind of like that bodysuit that everybody wears. That what is it? Is it Balenciaga? What is that body dress that all of the housewives
that they got for free?
The what? What is it?
The one that they got for free?
Right, the one that they got for free.
I can't remember, but somebody,
is it Balenciaga?
Like the designer gave it to all of them.
Mugler, thank you, Ray. It's Mugler. I am so sick of that Mugler bodysuit. The fact that all of y'all got a free one should be I get it that they probably had to wear it, maybe, but I'm over it. If I never see that bodysuit again, I'm good on that bodysuit. And that's how I feel about that variation of that dress. And it's funny because I even have a version of that dress. It's not quite the same, but I have a sheer dress that has like a bodysuit underneath it. And I don't want to wear it anymore. I don't want to wear it anymore. But yeah, I agree. I think Erin saved the night with that outfit. Right. So as we go into this moment, just like most housewives shows, there are conversations that need to be had. So Brynn, so Erin is still upset with Brynn because because Jenna done doubled back and told Erin about the conversation they had at the furniture store. Once again, being conscious of the cameras, because what Jenna said was, well, I knew it was going to come back because we said it on camera. So I just wanted to let her know that the conversation was had. Basically, that was you getting in front of it coming up at a later date because you knew it was on camera and you know they're going to show it. So again, that was I'm conscious of the cameras. Mm-hmm. Also, Sai is upset with Brynn because Sai said that Brynn told Jenna that she said, I hated her. Now, Sai, I'm trying to work with you, Sai, but you were playing word games. Sai. Because you were like, I never said I hated her. I might have said I don't like her, but hate is such a strong word. Girl, the point is the same. You were talking shit. Like you were talking about Jenna. Just be like, girl, I didn't know you last year. I prejudged you and that's it. She could have saved that whole, I never said hate. Hate is a word I wouldn't use. I would never say, girl, just get to the part where you apologize and say that, I prejudged you last year. Maybe I said some shit I shouldn't have said. Like, just go there.
Exactly, because Sai said that Jenna was a poser, and Jenna let her know. I heard that you were talking crap about me from people other than Brynn.
Exactly.
Brynn was the first person you mentioned because she's in the audience. She's right here. But she heard this from multiple people because you were talking crap about her.
Exactly. And there's the thing. I like you, Sai, but girl, you said it. Because the reason why I know you said it is because you're playing word games. Because if you didn't say anything like that, you would be like, what the hell? I ain't never say that. That would be my reaction would be like, what? I never said that. But when you were like, I never said hate. Hate isn't a word I would use. I might have said I didn't like it, but the point is the same. Like, it doesn't change your intent, in my opinion. See, when people start playing word games, that's what makes me start. That's when my antennas go up.
I agree.
Now you're playing word games, and don't play word games with me. Just be like, you know what? I said it. I was in a bad place. You would piss me off. I prejudged you. I'm sorry. Like, leave it there. Boom, right there. Leave it right there. But Sai does eventually apologize to Brynn. It was a cute lounge. That rooftop lounge, it was a cute lounge. Erin's upset, and Erin is being mad. So who confronts Brynn first? Does Erin confront Brynn first? No, she was the Jessel. Erin goes to Jessel first to be like, so what happened? What was said?
Yes. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think
Erin, that she's mean to her, and that's how it's. Oh, hold on one second.
Uh-oh. I think we have a little bit of a delay, y'all. So I keep pausing because I don't want to talk over her and I don't want to be cutting her off. So y'all know how it goes sometimes with StreamYard, y'all. Sometimes it's a little delay. Shout out to the 35 people that are here. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys are enjoying our conversation. Definitely leave it in the comments if you guys are catching us on the replay. For those who do not know, this is my niece in real life. This is Niecy Pooh. If you guys were not around during the Panorama when she was living with me she got quarantined with me. So if you guys weren't around for that, this is my niece in real life. And she said, hey, let's talk about, we wanted to do like the old Housewives in New York. She tried to get me to do the old Housewives in New York, and I think it was just too many seasons and too many backstories. I just couldn't get into it. But she wanted to do the reboot, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we are here every week, you guys, Wednesday nights to discuss the episode from Tuesday nights. So that's what we're doing now. Now you back?
All right, I'm back. I tried to get closer to the modem, the router, whatever it's called, to see if that would help with the delay.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a delay with StreamYard. I've had that problem. I've had that problem as well. Sometimes just delay, but that's why I just don't want to be. I don't want to talk over you, and that's why sometimes I pause because I don't want to feel like I'm cutting you off. So that's all. But yeah, so tell me your notes. I'm sorry about the Erin and Jessel situation.
Yeah, so Jessel, Erin thought that Jessa told Jenna that she was poor. And basically, Erin's like, Brynn, you're a manipulator, you're a liar, you're causing rifts. And Erin feels like you did this last year with her relationship with Sai, and now you're trying to do it to Jenna, or with her relationship with Jenna, by saying that she's having money troubles. And basically, they felt like, Brynn, like, you're the pot stirrer and you're jealous when people actually try to get close.
I agree 100%. I think that was Brynn's passive aggressive way of getting back at Erin for the Jeff Lewis thing. I really do. I honestly think that she intentionally was misrepresenting the intent behind Erin's words, because I believe Erin said it. But I do not believe Erin meant it in the way in which Brynn repeated it. I do not believe that. So yeah, I agree 100%. Then we had the Sai. I think we already talked about the Sai Jenna moment. while Sai was talking to, no, while Erin was talking to Jessel, that's when Brynn came over, and Erin was like, oh God. And Brynn was like, what? What's that? What's that supposed to be? And so they got to arguing. Her and Sai got to arguing, and baby Sai called her Satan. Were you like, did that upset you that she called her Satan?
No, because that is literally from the Bible, and I've had to say that in my head. Like when it comes to situations with people, like, get thee behind. Sometimes, like, get thee behind me, Satan. When somebody is really out here trying you, when they're trying to get you out of character, when they're trying to do work for the devil, whether they know it or not, you absolutely should call out, get thee behind me, Satan. I'm a fan of it.
I feel the same way. I didn't feel, I mean, again, I can't tell somebody how to feel, but I was not upset by it because I felt the exact same way. I was like, girl, she wasn't saying, like, she was just like, not today, Satan, not today. Because she was like, you're playing word games, you're manipulative, and you're trying to cause problems. Because what Brynn did was, when Sai was trying to confront her about what she said, then she pivoted and was like, well, it's kind of like when you called Jenna's husband, you know, Dory or whatever it was. And she was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. So because you're not winning this argument, now you want to pivot and bring up something else that I did. She was like, me and Jessel have moved on. We're in a better place, you know, and now you're bringing that up because, again, you're trying to cause problems and you're trying to cause confusion. And I understood where Sai was coming from, because Sai was like, girl, we're trying to get it. Because remember, Sai and Brynn have not made up from last season. So they're not in a good place at all. So I think both of them were on go. Both of them were ready for the bullshit, you know? And Sai was like, girl, you bringing up stuff that already happened that we've already cleared up. Because again, there you are stirring the pot, trying to cause problems instead of dealing with the issue that I'm trying to discuss with you. I probably would have done the same thing, because if I'm trying to talk to you about something that happened on Tuesday and you bring up something that happened last Christmas, we got a problem, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'd be the same way. She overreacted. I think she overreacted. I do. I think the whole I'm leaving. Because then let me tell you something, Brynn. I don't like them tears. When you get caught up in your shit, I don't like those tears. Because now all of a sudden you crying. You can't believe that everybody's yelling at you. Girl, you did it. You did it. Now you there?
Yes, I'm here. You said I did what?
No, I was saying Brynn was crying like everybody's coming at her for no reason. And I'm like, girl, but you did it. Like, you created this. You created the drama. Like, Erin's upset with you. You created that. Sai's upset with you. You created that. Not saying that nobody else has any fault in it, but Brynn, you are the common denominator of everybody's issue right now.
Absolutely. And then I don't know if you remember in the beginning, but she said that the whole reason that she was having the dinner with her brother, one, she wanted to convince him to move back to New York from Korea. But she also said that in the past they had this like dinner with him, and it was like an amazing fun night. And immediately I just thought, like, girl, you are trying to create like or recreate Thatch, and you can't. And so for you to be the messy housewife that you were being, and to then say that you want to recreate this amazing night, well, girl, don't you think you at least should have addressed the awkwardness and the tension before you just invited everybody to hang out?
Right. I agree. If you know that you and Sai, because like Sai said that they have not talked since the reunion. So you know that y'all are in a bad place. Sai knows that y'all are in a bad place. So the first time that y'all see each other should not be at an event that you're trying to recreate the fun times. Like, because y'all were in a different place as a group probably when that happened. So yeah, it turned into a whole shit show, at least for me. And what I found to be funny, the funniest part of that moment were the guys. And when Erin's husband went behind the bar and was making drinks, that was hilarious to me. Because that's the kind of fun shit that me and my friends, like, I could absolutely see, okay, I'm going to bring up our family, but I could absolutely see Cousin Tony doing that. Like I can see us being out somewhere and we're ready for a drink and the bartender's not there, and I can see you doing that. I can see Tony doing that. I can see Wallace doing, like, I can see at least 5 of our family members going behind that bar and being like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna make some drinks," and we would have left money on the table. Like we would have left the money, but we was gonna make some drinks.
No, forget the drinks. I was gonna be taking shots.
Right. Well, that too. But I can absolutely see us taking over the bar. I can really see that happening. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all a little family secret. Nay gets everybody drunk when we have family functions. We let her behind the bar, and then she gets everybody drunk. Just so y'all know.
And I feel bad for saying this, but honestly, the funniest moment of this episode to me was Brynn being the messy housewife that she is and revealing her text message from Sai saying that she called Jessel's husband Dory. That was hilarious to me.
It was hilarious, yeah. But that was pretty much, I feel like the delay is getting worse, but we almost done. That was pretty much the episode. Anything you want to add from your notes? Anything we didn't talk about or we kind of missed or whatever?
So we didn't talk about this person that much because honestly, it was indicative of the role that they played, and that's Rebecca Minkoff.
Yeah.
The few things that I noted about her, like when they did the lunch episode with, or like the lunch scene with Uba, Erin being Erin, she had to let us know that she had a connection to her by saying Becky Minkoff, or, you know, as you all may know her, Rebecca Minkoff, the fashion designer. And I just felt like, girl, you could have said that Rebecca Minkoff is your friend. Say that that's your friend.
Right.
You didn't have to call her Becky to let us know that y'all had a relationship.
Right. I agree. She trying to
and
be
the
real.
Shade, the shade was even there from that moment because it was just kind of like, yes. And it was like, well, should I go to that party? And then when she was at the party and Sai was getting up, it's like, oh, what's going on? So we'll see how she.
Yeah. So first of all, Bilo, you said I don't believe it. She's innocent. See, that's the problem. Everybody looks at Nay, and they're like, "Oh, she's so sweet. She's got a little baby face. Oh, she's so innocent." Y'all, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. I don't know. I think she's having some internet issues, child. Nay, if you're there, just jump in when you jump in. But I'm getting ready to wrap it up. I think we pretty much got it covered. I think your internet has like given you some real problems right now. But with that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank y'all for being here. I think it was a strong first episode. I'm looking forward to the season. I think this is going to be a really good season. I'm excited to see all the drama and theatrics. Nay, if you are there, are you there, Nay?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Any final thoughts, final words as we wrap it up?
No, I felt like it was a good first episode, and I feel like they're setting everything up for everybody to hate Brynn. I mean, I don't think they should hate her, but they should definitely hold her out. And I mean, they should definitely call her out and hold her accountable, which I feel like they're already doing. So I think it'll be good and messy.
Yeah, Uba said she was going to be late. So I feel like next episode we're going to pick up with Uba and we'll take it from there. But yeah, Uba said she was going to be late. So Uba came in just as everything was sort of wrapping up, just as it was wrapping up. All right, you guys. Well, with that being said, you guys, we're going to get out of here and we will talk to y'all later. Mwah! Peace. Everybody hates Brynn.